This line graph shows the difference between a 12% increase, as we have experienced in recent years in healthcare, and a 5% increase, which we could hope for. And over a 5-year period into the future, the cumulative difference between 5 and 12% amounts to $17 million. We've recently implemented some things, including outsourcing the whole benefits administration function in the district. This came after an exhaustive study of our options. As part of that contract, we are going to be looking at all cost containment strategies, and particularly a new funding mechanism called self-funding. In terms of major areas that we believe we have cost control options, we look at both the quantity factor, such as the amount we use, and the unit cost factor, what we pay on a per item basis. In energy, we believe there is in excess of $1 million potential, and we've done detailed comparisons with similar districts. And that potential remains despite doing a pretty good job compared to what would have occurred with price increases if nothing had been done in the past 5 years. In terms of copying, we went through a major procurement activity in the past few months. That's reduced the cost of the copying, and now we're going to make efforts with the staff to reduce the volume of copying. We've also done a detailed study on the computer printing, and we hope to move from the higher cost inkjet and laser printers to the new, much lower cost from multifunctional printing devices that we've installed as part of the copier contract. Transportation involves not only our 12,000 students, but 3,000 non-public students, and we believe there are potentials there. A major study was done in both Bucks and Montgomery County in the past 2 years to look at that potential and how shared services might help. To focus more specifically, here is that Access Medicaid program for health-related services for special education students. Although North Penn's done a very good job in the past 7 years, going from 100,000 to close to 800,000, we believe potential remains if we could match the performance of the highest performing districts in the state. We'll be looking at 5 of the 500 districts and what they've been able to achieve. We believe the potential there could be as much as $1 million. We're looking to take advantage of a very competitive economy at this point and bid innumerable items that previously would have been purchased at catalog prices by issuing a purchase order. This will involve virtually all staff in helping us put those items out to bid and using new capabilities of our software programs in order to maintain that workload that's required. We've recently filed for a mandate waiver under state law to reduce the legal advertising costs of that while we're expanding the bidding efforts. Contract administration is similar. Many of the outside services we use have increased at 5 to 10% over the last 4 or 5 years. We're looking to renegotiate those contracts to pre-recession levels and then advance them forward at the Act 1 index. In terms of selecting the best options, it's good to conceptualize this with the chart we're showing here. We are looking to protect the core mission of the organization, face-to-face instruction at the classroom level. We have instructional support activities, support services, and contracted services. The most pressure needs to be exerted against those contracted services and the support services, and that pressure can be relieved as we develop ideas to increase revenues. In terms of making wise choices and implementing them well, we propose a program evaluation methodology and a cycle of routine evaluation of all programs, instructional and non-instructional. We look to use advanced financial analysis to assist as we analyze all of these programs. Our employees will be heavily engaged in this process. We're setting out a target for the current year to reduce expenditures in the schools by $500,000 and in the central offices by more than $1 million. In addition, we have announced a challenge to our employees where we're looking for ideas worth $500,000. We would expect that would take approximately 50 ideas, some worth a few thousand, some worth tens of thousands, to meet a challenge of $500,000 a year. And that's not just a one-year challenge. We've propose that challenge for 3 years into the future, requiring new ideas and sustainable ideas each of those 3 years. We plan to showcase those ideas in an exposition of our employees sharing their ideas with the public in mid-April. We believe that our attitude toward this work is very important. We are facing one of the most difficult challenges of our generation, that is protecting institutions so vital to the nation's economic future at a time of great economic uncertainty. We hope to involve the employees and the broader school community in that challenge, and we hope that they will help us discover many ways to do this, offering better services at the same or reduced cost. That will require extensive cooperation of all of our staff and the broader community. We have numerous recent examples of that, which are shared on these slides. Some of them, such as the recent examples in technology, were all revenue-enhancing ideas that came from grant applications. These did not involve cost reductions. In other areas, just in the past 2 months, efforts in transportation and facilities have resulted in savings of several $100,000. And when you look throughout the rest of the organization, you see many ideas worth tens of thousands and more. So with all of those ideas, we're hopeful that we can survive these economic challenges, which we expect to go on for several more years without severe impact to the instructional program. Thank you, Kurt.
Thank you, Bob. As was stated earlier, we are certainly facing a significant challenge, a challenge that is common to all of our school districts across the state, across the entire country, a challenge that's common to all of our municipal governments, our state government, and our federal government. But we're confident that if we work together, we can meet this challenge. We will prioritize our expenditures. We will do the things that Bob mentioned with benchmarking to other best practice school districts. We'll be looking at ways that we can do things in a way that proves our cost effectiveness so that we can balance a budget and continue to provide the high quality education our students deserve. I do welcome and encourage you to provide input to us. Any ideas you have that would be helpful to us will be well received by the school district. You can send your comments to the Educational Service Center, or you can email them to budgetinput@npenn.org. Thank you.